Hi there, hello to my English speaking friends all over the world. This is Dr. Malloy speaking out of Berlin in Germany. If it's new, it's not true. What does knowledge, wisdom really mean? This is the question that I'm asking myself all the time, and I'm really humbled to know that this question has driven men and women during the last 5,000, 6,000 years. And there was always the question, what is life all about? What is the meaning of life? Why are we here? Is there a reason? Is there something more than cause and effect? Is there a deeper sense in everything that we are or that we are supposed to be? I truly believe that by reading the great philosophers, women and men from throughout the last 3,500 years, Plato, Aristoteles, Thomas of Aquina, Cusanus, all the great thinkers, Leibniz, Kant, gives us an understanding of how thoughts developed and how the way of looking at life and looking at the world has developed. I truly think that we have the great gift of being able to dive into the researches, the understanding, the meaning patterns, the mind and the thoughts of generations before us. I think interdisciplinarily, which means that I really try to understand where the connection points between philosophy and philosophers of old, of neuroscience, sociology, and educational sciences, for example, where the connecting points are, and where even topics as quantum mechanics, quantum field theory, and so forth, how they give us an insight and how they help us to get closer to the understanding of life, meaning of life, of our core existence itself. So my goal right now is just to encourage you to start or not to stop, or to even more focus on asking the fundamental questions of life. Who are you really? What is your life about? What is the meaning of your life? What is the connection between your thoughts and your body? Are we living influenced mainly by consciousness or by subconsciousness? Ask questions about what love really means, what it really is. What is faith? What does hope mean, and how does it work in our brain? Is there a greater world than ours? Is there a higher world? Is there something above us? Is there something mysterious within us that we might not know? I'm not esoteric. I truly believe in science, but I'm also a believer. I believe in Jesus Christ. This for a fact, but that's not my goal right now to preach or to teach faith. My goal right now is to encourage you to think more, to question more, to do more research, and to ask yourself really all these questions that I just talked about. Ask yourself, what is life? I've created a little curriculum, and I call it School of Life's Architecture. And the goal of the curriculum is really to dive into, as I said before, I think 2 or 3 times, to dive into the broad area of many sciences, and to ask the question again, where are the connecting dots? One of the greatest philosophers was Alfred North Whitehead, and I can really, really, very much recommend you the book Process and Reality. He was a process ontologist, a process philosopher, and he is really encouraging me, and he's an example for me to think in a broad way. He was a mathematician, and he was the co-author with Bertrand Russell of the Principia Mathematica, and with old age he started to really dive into philosophy very deep, and he developed a whole cosmology. Cosmology means he really developed a philosophy that tries to explain all of being, and really to understand how physics, mathematics, thinkers of old can be brought together and be understood in a way that it brings forth good life and a better life for all of us. I know that these insights are a little bit intuitively, and they're not planned and they're not structured beforehand, but they're a real view into what is moving in me and what is really going on in me, and how I really, really much desire to drink of the sources of knowledge, of science, of wisdom, and also of revelation, all towards living a good life, living a better life. Thanks for listening.